What's going on, everybody? Welcome to TeamBoydTV with your boy Big Q
and Bernie D.
All right.
So today's sponsor is Satellite Direct TV. We can stream TV live on your mobile device or your PC.
That's right.
So just click on the link below and you get that live TV streaming on that phone.
That's right. All right. So this week's episode is a special episode because this is the Thanksgiving Day sit at home, stuff your face till you full and watch football episode.
Games.
That's right. So speaking of which, let's dive right into it. Well, which one to start with? You want to start with the results or you want to start with fantasy? Because somebody won a game, won a fantasy matchup, last week, and somebody did. I did. I won.
All
right. So, now I'm not the absolute worst player in our league. I'm like second to the worst player in our league. So.
Okay, so anyway, our personal results here. The record now is 68 and 51 for yourself, and I'm 74 and 45. So there's a 6-game gap.
So instead of progressing, I regressed 2 games. So yeah.
Okay.
So a lot of football left to be played.
Exactly. Yeah. You ready to jump into last week's results?
Let's see what happened. How wrong we were.
Okay. So New York Jets at Denver.
Yes, Denver.
Denver came away with the
Denver
win.
did it again. Oh my God. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Carolina at Detroit.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, it was a Detroit line. I mean, that's it.
I mean, y'all were up by like 17.
I know, but it's the Detroit Lions. And
okay.
you know what the Detroit Lions do? They come from behind and win. That's what they're trying to do.
Tampa Bay at Green Bay.
Yeah.
Green Bay got that.
Okay.
But it wasn't an easy game though.
Yeah.
Tampa put up a little fight there. Dallas at Washington.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas got that overtime win.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Buffalo at Miami.
Yeah.
Is Buffalo going home for the rest of the season?
I don't know, man. I think they got high off their own little juice or whatever, and they done packed it in for the season.
Yeah.
And I was rooting for them to go ahead of the Patriots, man, but
not now.
Whatever.
And then we had the coin toss game. I said either way, Jacksonville at Cleveland.
All right.
Cleveland has this one.
All right.
Okay, Oakland at Minnesota.
All right.
Oakland got that. Tennessee at Atlanta. Atlanta came away.
Right.
Cincinnati at Baltimore.
Yeah, that's the one I had a real close eye on. And for a minute there, it looked like we was about to do it, man. But yeah.
Another coin flip was Seattle at St. Louis.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Arizona at San Francisco.
Right.
San Francisco got that. San Diego at Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago.
Right.
Philly at New York Giants.
Yeah, that was
without Mike Vick.
without Mike Vick, and with a pathetic looking Vince Young in the beginning of the game too.
Yeah.
So I don't know what was going on. The Giants supposed to have won that by all accounts.
I agree.
I don't know what that was about.
Kansas City at New England.
Right.
No.
But yeah, of course, I know everybody will give me flack about this now. Now, this message is for my boy Charles Kennedy. Now, I all week I was telling him, I say, look, I got this gut feeling. I got this little gut feeling that KC is gonna pull something crazy in this game.
Did you listen to me?
Well, this is what I put on Facebook. I put on Facebook that I was sorry, and maybe that I misinterpreted the gut feeling I had, and maybe it was gas. So my bad, right?
Wow.
So,
Okay. So what's going on in the NFL?
Well, before I get into that, we want to, because we're talking about fantasy and how and how I ranked shop last week in fantasy, right? So this week, this week's leaders right now, and this is surprising at quarterback. At quarterback, the people who usually occupy the top spots ain't really there, right? So at number 1, we got Matt Stafford, right? He had a blow-up game against Carolina, but what's funny is that Cam Newton was the number 2 quarterback in the same game, and then you had Aaron Rodgers at number 3. Grossman, who you talked a lot of junk about, he showed up on the list, and along with Jay Cutler, broken hand and thumb and all. So that quarterback situation this week looked a little weird. So I hope everybody picked right. I don't know. All right, running back. Some weird names showed up this week. Some names you probably never heard of before. And I know they wasn't nobody's fantasy team either. Of course, you got Kevin Smith out of Detroit, right? Because Jabba Best, right, ain't there. Ray Rice, that's an old standby. Check this one out in Cleveland though. Number 3 running back is Agbanaye. Number 3, running back in Cleveland. Right. So he got the number 3 spot last week. Morris Jones-Drew and LeGarrette Blount, right?
Okay.
And then you had at wide receiver Jordy Nelson, Nate Washington out of Tennessee, Vincent Jackson. Another name that's just popped out of nowhere, Torrey Smith. Baltimore, right? And your boy Victor Cruz, running out there. There you go, right? Tight ends, these are the ones everybody know. Gronkowski, Witten, Gonzalez, Kellen Winslow, Brian Davis, right? So, makes sense.
Yeah.
The defense, I don't know. New England, Miami, Denver, San Francisco, Oakland.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a little strange, right? That's why they play the game. That's why they play the game, right?
New England, the number one defense.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
Well, the team did only score 3 points.
That's right. Yeah. Now, this is the point where you were licking your chops about, right? The news.
Yeah.
Your boy, Kyle Orton.
Waiver wire.
He out.
Got picked up by Kansas City Chiefs.
So that's what he finally got a job?
Yeah,
okay.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Until Castle get back. So he's going to be
I think Castle's out for the season now.
Right, but this will be a reprisal role just for him to finish the season out. And then,
I'm sure, unless he does something to get into the playoffs. Because, I mean, you think about that West. He's in the West division.
Right.
He really could.
It still got a chance. It still got a chance.
So
yeah.
That's the weakest division ever.
Right. So speaking of that division, right? Tim Tebow, man, what in the world is going on here?
He does it again.
He did it again, and I mean, and this time in super dramatic fashion, right? All the way down to the very, very end of the game, and he had that little 25-yard run. I don't know, man. It's been a lot of buzz on Twitter and everywhere, on ESPN and on NFL Network, and people are starting to say some crazy stuff. People are starting to believe, and people are starting to buy into whatever it is that Tim Tebow is selling. People buying into it.
Drinking that Kool-Aid.
They are. I don't know. I don't know if I'm quite ready to jump on that bandwagon just yet.
I mean, it's a fluke. It's like we discussed last week. It is the Wildcat.
Right.
Tebow.
It's the Wildcat 2.0.
Right.
Wildcat. Right. So.
Even the general manager in John Elway is not really believing it. I mean, they're winning games and that looks good, but this is not a sustainable offense.
No, it's definitely not.
And if you understand it, it's because you have to change too much of your team to fit one quarterback.
But this is the part of the whole story that a lot of football fans having a hard time swallowing, right? Mm-hmm. It's the beyond the game stuff that's going on here that I think is the part that a lot of people are overlooking. This whole wanting to win and just going out there and getting it done against all odds. I mean,
but that to me is the heart of a competitor.
It is.
That he is willing himself in to win these games.
I mean, it is ridiculous. I mean, I sat there and you heard me upset. You was upset. I was screaming and I could not believe what I was watching. It was crazy. It was almost like watching some Lord of the Rings movie or something. Like this dude had like magical powers. I don't know, but it was weird watching it. Right. The other big story. Your Giants had to face the Philadelphia Eagles without Michael Vick, right? So they had Vince Young at the start. Now, people who follow, our Facebook and our Twitter know that I was going completely in 100% on Vince Young at the start of that game. I mean, I wrote this dude to death, right? And so I took a break and I went in, and I was winning, finished up some stuff on the computer, came back and Vince done kind of came back. Yeah, I was like, I don't know. So, what you think, man? I mean,
this is the one thing I know about the Giants. They always lose to the teams that they're not supposed to lose to.
Right.
And then they beat the teams that you're like, what? How did they beat them?
Right.
So, I mean, I was surprised, but I wasn't surprised at the same time.
I was completely disappointed in the Giants.
I was too, because they didn't come to play. And they were at home, too.
And it's not really like Coughlin and Manning and that defensive squad to go into any game looking past a team because of they don't have their star player and this, that, and the third. They usually don't do that, and that's kind of, I think that's kind of what happened.
Well, the first mistake that happened was they couldn't get their running game established.
Right.
They ran for 29 yards the entire game. Right. That is like unprecedented for a New York Giants. They are a running team.
They are. Yeah.
So when you only score 29 yards of rushing, that's a problem right there for a team like that.
Right, which kind of brings me to my next topic, right? We talked about this like briefly a couple weeks ago at the mid-season mark. Mm-hmm. Now, we talked about coaches who was starting to, starting to heat up a little bit, right? So now that dial is turning a little bit more. Who is it pointing toward?
Wow.
What do you think about Haley out in KC?
I would say him, but now that his quarterback is up, it kind of gives him a pass.
Give him a pass a little bit, right? Yeah.
So I'm not thinking him anymore.
And what about your homeboy, dude that you love to death, Spagnuolo out in St. Louis?
Well, I mean, his team was kind of beat up too.
This is his third season. I haven't seen him produce anything in 3 seasons. I'm just saying.
Kind of beat up.
I'm just saying, right? Who was another one?
I want to see what they do with Rex Ryan.
You know what? I was thinking about Rex Ryan today, right?
I think his feet is hot.
I think it's very hot because how
there's a lot of talking.
Last season how the guy from Dallas, big dude, big country guy, was running his mouth and talking all this talk about how his team was the best, and they couldn't produce. They couldn't make it to the playoffs and stuff like that. He got fired before the season was over, right? So now that happened to Ryan.
Set up, though.
I think it was. I think it was.
The coach now set him up.
Right, but now his seat might be,
because you see how good that defense at Houston is doing, and Wade Phillips is the defensive coordinator over there. So you tell me what was going on.
I don't know, man. It was a strange situation, but and in the coaching situation, we'll get into that on. This week is it's a holiday week, so we might not be able to do a post game show this week. But anyway, that's beside the point. Let's get into what everybody really tuned in to see, right? And let's see if we can squeeze this gap.
The team's right.
Okay, well, I mean, that's kind of what it looked like to outsiders. But, for people who really know what's going on, football gurus like myself, right? They know that I'm the man around here. It's just
with the 6 games.
Stuff happens.
Okay.
Right?
So you're picking from the heart.
Yes. No. I mean, I'm starting to get a little more mental with this. Okay? I'm settling in. Okay? Just ready for the home stretch. Okay? All right?
Okay.
So what should I do?
Up the radar.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Thursday night game, we have Green Bay at Detroit.
Right. So this is that's the Thanksgiving after dinner game, right?
No, this is 12:30.
Okay, so it's the first game. Okay.
Game.
And it's Green Bay. Okay, so this is the game that I was thinking about, right? And everybody was talking about all this super spiritual, will to win, squeaking out victories type of thing. Tebow gonna do it again. Now, can Tebow do it this time?
Well, this is Green Bay, and Detroit.
And that's gonna be a shootout. You think?
Gonna be a shootout.
Oh no, that's the one. That's what I was thinking about. That's the one that everybody on everything, everywhere.
This is the upset week?
Yes, that's what everybody is saying, that Detroit is going to be the team that's going to derail the Green Bay Packers. I don't think so. I'm going with the Pack.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to happen. But, that's what everybody say. And you don't know which way to go, do you?
I'm going Detroit.
Wow.
I'm thinking Detroit's going to upset Green Bay.
You're going for style points?
No, I think they're going to take their first L. Is that, against Tampa Bay, because first of all, Detroit has a really good offense.
Right.
And they have a good defense, too.
They do.
And I think that we have not seen Aaron Rodgers pressured yet.
No.
I want to see someone pressure. And what I think is going to happen is that instead of Detroit playing from behind, Green Bay is going to play from behind.
Now you're really tripping.
Okay.
Now you're really tripping. Now,
Next week we'll tell the story.
This is the Green Bay Packers we're talking about. Okay?
Miami at Dallas.
All right, I'm going to go with Dallas just on the simple fact that Miami is still kind of sucky.
Okay.
All right. And I said I'm going to pick them again, but yeah.
I'm going with Miami.
Oh, this one's going to be good.
Okay.
Right.
San Francisco at Baltimore.
That's going to be a really good. That's the Jim versus John Harbaugh brothers finally get a chance to play each other, right?
I'm going to be more.
I think the San Francisco 49ers are a better team all around. Yeah.
Going there.
I'm going with the 49ers.
Okay, so then the Sunday hot lineup, which you'll get to see this Sunday.
I will be at home, and I will be here, and I will be going on the Twitter like super extremely hard because making it for 3 weeks worth of stuff that I didn't get to do. So yeah,
Minnesota at Atlanta.
Atlanta, for sure. Yeah.
Buffalo at New York Jets.
That's a tough one. I think the Jets are set up to win this game, but I think Buffalo still got a point to prove. I'm gonna roll the dice on them one more time this week.
I'm going Jets.
Okay.
Cleveland at Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati by a landslide.
Houston at Jacksonville.
Yeah, Houston. Well, I don't know about Houston.
I'm picking Houston still.
I can't pick Houston.
They're set up as a better team overall. We're talking about Jacksonville, who struggled with the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah.
I'm going Houston.
Yeah, but we also talk about Jacksonville did lose to the Carolina Panthers too. But we also talking about Houston, who started the quarterback this week and took a snap all season, right?
I would trust him over Gabbert and Jacksonville.
I can't do it.
I'm
going with Jacksonville,
okay.
Yeah. I think we're going to see a big, juicy, heavy dose of MJD. I think he's going to control this whole entire game.
Tampa Bay at Tennessee.
Oh, I see. Let's go with Tennessee.
Tennessee?
Yeah, let's go with Tennessee.
Okay. I think I'm going to pick Tennessee too.
Yeah.
Arizona at St. Louis. I'm going Arizona.
I'm going to go Arizona too.
Carolina at Indianapolis. I'm going to pick Carolina this week. And if they lose to Indianapolis, I would never pick them ever again in my life.
I'm gonna go further than that. Right? This is gonna be a bold. Now you know I'm good for this. I'm good for throwing out some crazy bold stuff. If Indianapolis Colts win this game, and I want everybody to hear me loud and clear. If the Indianapolis Colts win this game, I will rock a Dallas Cowboys jersey.
Woo!
Yes.
Okay, let me write that down.
And you know, to make it even worse, if the Panthers lose by double digits, and this is something that you got to really push me to do, I will go out and buy a Patriots jersey.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
I know, right?
Washington at Seattle.
Washington at the Redskins. Grossman made my list. Grossman actually made my list last week. About a little bit, but I'm saying he made my list though. And I'm going with the Redskins.
I'm going with Seattle because I think the 6th man is going to shut the Redskins down.
Right.
For the 12th man in the ball.
The 12th man, yes. Yeah.
Chicago at Oakland.
Chicago. Chicago, yes. I still think Chicago is still a dominant, one of the more dominant teams in the NFC. So, yeah.
I'm going Chicago too.
Yeah.
New England at Philly. I'm going New England.
Well, yeah, I'm going to go to England too because I still ain't got no word on whether or not Michael Vickers going to come back. And if he do, I mean, against that New England defense, I don't know. I don't know. Nah. I think either way that they're going to lose this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Denver at San Diego.
Well, I think this one should be an easy one for Tim Tebow. I think the only thing I'm worried about is that.
I'm going San Diego.
Yeah, I know the Chargers been losing, but Phillip Rivers can put some. He can put some points on the board, and that's one thing that the Denver Broncos ain't been able to do.
If you get it more than a 3-touchdown or 2-touchdown, Tebow's in trouble.
He is, right?
I'm doing San Diego.
But you know,
you feeling right?
No, I'm not. I'm
feeling Jesus, come on.
Hold on a second. Let me do the Tim Tebow one time. And no, I can't go with Tim. I think Tebow. We shut this facilities down this week. Okay, it's over. Right? Yeah. Okay. We're gonna see Takeo Spike shut this whole situation down.
Pittsburgh at Kansas City.
Okay, let's go with the Steelers on this one because Kansas City looking ragged right now. So yeah.
Last game Monday night. New York Giants at New Orleans.
That's a big game for you guys.
It's a huge game for us.
Yeah.
And it's gonna pain me to do this, but I'm picking New Orleans.
You know, I think that little lack of faith right there, that little display of your loyalty to your team is gonna be your downfall because
I picked them all year. I'm not picking them this week because of certain factors. First of all, they're in the Superdome.
Right.
Secondly, Drew Brees' offense is powerful.
It is.
It's explosive.
It is.
The Giants, I'm sorry, I'm just not feeling this week. I see.
Anytime the Giants are faced with a situation like this, right, especially with a high-powered offense like that, we see Eli Manning and Victor Cruz make magic, right? And this is what we're going to see now. It's going to be a ridiculously high-scoring game. I wouldn't expect.
But the Giants can't hang in a high-scoring game. They can't put points like that.
I think in a game like this one they will. They playing indoors. Ain't no elements.
You going the Giants.
You got Victor Cruz on turf. He is faster than anybody else on that field. I'm going with the Giants on this one. Yeah, because that's you just mad, because you believed in Eli and he let you down.
I believe in Eli.
And you gonna tell me last week,
but
you gonna tell me last week, oh, he didn't let you down, he lost. So yeah, you take that, right? I'm going with Eli.
That's why Carolina sucks. That's why Carolina sucks.
Well, my quarterback is number 2 fantasy league.
Whatever.
I'm just saying.
He's like number what,
right.
32?
Well, whatever. It's cool. I'll take it. Let it work for me. Cam. That's my boy. I'm saying he's cool. All right. So, if everybody was paying attention on, at the time that we were recording this, the actual Vernie's first video went up today, which is Wednesday, right? On Wednesday. If you haven't checked it out yet, check it out. It's TeamBoydTV presents NFL Pink with Vernie B. It's a show directed at the ladies or for the dudes who think they know football and they don't, right? She's gonna break down a bunch of calls and stuff. And the first show was done very well. It's a real short video, so people with a little short attention span and stuff, you can kind of stay with it, right?
That's right.
I actually liked it. I thought it was enjoyable, and I'm interested to see kind of response we get from the women, right? So With that being said, you have something to add to that?
No.
Oh, okay. That being said, you can hit us up on Twitter, right, at TeamBoydTV.com, which, you know, of course, we've been celebrating every week about the growth of that channel. I think we need to keep on going there, right? Or you can hit us up on the Facebook page at www.facebook.com/TeamBoydTV, where we are doing a lot of cool stuff on there with the little polls. And actually, I was thinking this week, like some of the picks, maybe the 4-4, the big games. I was thinking about doing polls on those just to see, just the Thanksgiving Day game.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
So that'll be cool. We'll see how that work out.
And let's not forget our sponsor once again, Satellite Direct TV,
right.
Streaming live TV on your mobile device or your PC.
Your PC.
Click
right.
that link.
See, I keep messing it up, and that's why I can't get a check. But she got me though. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why, this is why this is mine. Okay. All right. That's going to do it for us, though, y'all. And happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Hope everybody is enjoying their families and friends and enjoying a good day of football that's coming up. For everybody else who, like me, who might have to go in later that night to work, I'm saying, more power to you. Hey, I'm Big Q.
I'm Bernie Big.
And we are out. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. All right.